In today's gaming news, we get 5 minutes of XCOM Declassified gameplay, Dota 2's International 3 Western Qualifier begins, and Metro Last Light launches tomorrow, and the reviews say it's okay. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. It is Monday, May the 13th, and my name is Force, here with your day's gaming news. First up today, we've got 5 minutes of gameplay footage from the Bureau XCOM Declassified. This is the XCOM FPS that was changed to a third-person shooter, and despite that shift, it's actually looking pretty decent. The Bureau XCOM Declassified is a third-person squad-based tactical shooter set in 1960s America. The debut gameplay trailer released today shows some of that third-person tactical play in action. The trailer reveals a cover system similar to XCOM Enemy Unknowns and the battle focus feature that allows for on-the-fly squad commands during combat. You know, when they announced that they were changing this game from a first-person to a third-person shooter, I was admittedly very skeptical. That's a major shift in design philosophy for a game. But after watching those 5 minutes of gameplay footage, it's looking like it might be pretty decent. The third-person combat seems very smooth and fluid and similar to a Gears of War or Mass Effect. I like that tactical menu that lets you slow down combat and issue commands to your squad. And then there's the armor cover system that's similar to what you see in XCOM Enemy Unknown. All those things combined to leave me pretty excited for this game and learning more about it as we go throughout the course of this year. Next up in news, Dota 2's the International 3 Western Qualifiers has begun today, meaning you get to watch some Dota 2 pros in action, which should be a nice relief after watching myself, a huge Dota 2 noob, play the game. Throughout the course of this week, 8 teams will be competing for an invite to Dota 2's International 3, with the top team securing a spot. The runner-up of the Western Qualifier will have a second chance at an invite by playing against the runner-up of the Eastern Qualifier. Games can be viewed directly through the Dota 2 client or on Twitch TV. I decided to mention this to you guys today because it's what I will be doing throughout the course of the rest of this week. So if you want to follow the same thing I'll be following, you should watch the International Western Qualifiers. Last up in news today, the review embargoes for Metro Last Light has lifted earlier this afternoon, and so far the opinion has been, it's alright, and people are still pretty upset about that whole Ranger mode thing. Last Light is the sequel to Metro 2033 and takes place in a post-apocalyptic Moscow after the events of the first game. Earlier today, the review embargo was lifted, and major sites so far seem to be saying the game is alright, but nothing groundbreaking. GameSpot and GamesRadar gave the game a 90, while sites like Eurogamer and Destructoid pinned their scores at 70. So over the past few days, there's been this huge debate surrounding the game concerning Ranger mode. Ranger mode is basically Metro Last Light's hardcore mode. It removes the heads-up display, makes enemies harder to combat with, and makes ammunition and things like that more difficult to find. Now, the debate is that this mode actually isn't included in the main game. You either have to pre-order to get it, or you have to spend $5 DLC on launch day to gain access to this gameplay mode. Now, what's making matters even worse is that they're advertising this as how the game was meant to be played, and I think that was their primary issue. That's a huge faux pas to say this is how you're supposed to play the game, now pay us extra in order to do so. Now, I think the truth is that most people who play Metro Last Light probably won't even play through on that mode. I myself likely won't, due to a matter of time. I'll probably get one playthrough in, and I'll probably be doing that on an average difficulty. But if I was a hardcore Metro fan, like I know a lot of people are, they want that, and they don't want to have to pay $5 extra in order to get it. So for those people, I can certainly understand why they're frustrated. I just don't think the average person playing Metro Last Light is going to be all that concerned. Now, what I want to know from you guys today is, what do you think about the exclusion of the hardcore difficulty in Metro Last Light? And once again, even though I don't think most people will play through on this difficulty, for those of you who planned on doing so, how do you feel about this matter? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Alright guys, that is going to do it for today's episode of the show. As always, thank you so much for watching. Once again, this has been Force, and you have just been force-fed.
Quit looking at my ass. It's way out of your reach, rabbit.
What am I supposed to do? I need to look up. Should I look down? Sorry.